Allahu Akbar.
Hi mate, hope you're doing alright. I'm Dan, nice to meet you. I'm known as the Reaver Ak, and I thought I'd just do a little reply to your video there. You mentioned in that video that the 5 daily prayers doesn't make you a Muslim. Well, I'll have to correct you on that because the Quran mentions establish the prayer. So if you follow the Quran, you must establish the prayer. If you don't, you reject the ayah of the Quran. Also, it says in the you also said in that video that the hijab doesn't make you a Muslim, doesn't take you to Jannah, when the Quran is very explicit about the woman having to wear a khimar, which means Arabic for head covering. So if you reject the ayah of the Quran, you reject the Quran as a whole, because in the Quran it mentions if you reject the you can't reject the ayah of the Quran. Basically, I'll bring you the quotes. Now, in terms of rejecting the Hadith, there's a lots of problems with that, because in the Quran, in many places, it says you need to accept the Hadith. It mentions in the Quran that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent to teach the hikmah, the kitab and the hikmah. So the kitab is the Quran, and the hikmah is it means wisdom. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent for the to basically teach the Quran, and he mentions that in many places. There's lots of different. So I've just had iftar. There's lots of issues with rejecting the Hadith, including rejecting the Quran in and of itself. The reason for that is because you've got different modes of recitation. So, for example, in the Quran, in Surah Al-Fatiha, it mentions Malik Yawmiddin in one riwayat, which means mode, and Malik Yawmiddin. Now, in the Quran, it doesn't mention that there's more than one way to recite the Quran. It doesn't mention anywhere in the Quran that there's more than one way of reciting the Quran. You need the hadith of the ahraf, so you need the actual hadith to explain it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran that he will send down the Quran and he shall preserve it. So what you'll have to do then, my friend, you'll have to try and reconcile the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that he has revealed the Quran and will preserve it with the modes of recitation, which are different and use different words. So there's lots of different problems. You've got loads of problems, and of course, if you reject the Quran, you also reject the people. So if you reject the Hadith, you reject the Quran for another reason, because the people that narrated the Hadith also narrated the Quran. So if you reject the Hadith, you reject the Quran for the same reason. Assalamu alaikum.